Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to my personal recording. Yeah. So if you don't want to listen to it, bye bye. Just go ahead and leave. Bye bye. Bye bye. Yep. No building in this recorded video. It's personal recorded video because that's how my recorded videos usually are. Just, there you go. All right. So, um I received and I am from from a person in regards to what happened yesterday, and I'm still unsure as to whether or not they they do get it, as they say. So I am going to use the be right back so I can read that I am conversation. Yeah. So first, I get an offline from this person. I do not know what happened, but all I know is that it was a terrible experience that was extremely disrespectful to everyone. And I replied, not sure what to say to that, except that I'm not retarded for going to a psychiatrist. The other person replies, I understand that, and that's obviously not the general consensus. I'm not going to excuse anything that was said, and clearly that is not my opinion. And I said, understandable. And then I go on to uh, say that I was told that the offending person was drunk. And this person replies, very, very drunk. And I said, it's still no excuse though. They should have logged off maybe. Then the other person replies, LOL, sadly, that is not his shtick. So, okay, all right. To continue, I said, I live streamed about what happened. The other person replies, he would rather stay on, keep drinking like good old pals, and continued. And I said, yep, I noticed. But I hope he had a good time. Because of his behavior, I'm too scared to try being social in groups again now. And then I gave the link to my live stream and time stamped it where I start talking. So minutes pass and they come back and they say, so I listened to your vent and I can understand how that made you feel. Totally, I get it. However, the only thing that it is not separate from your video. And so therefore this experience is forever until the life of your channel or your real life etched into it. Therefore, upon reflecting and looking back, that experience will be at the forefront of your video. I'm sorry you felt like this, and I understand that you will be more comfortable within your comfort zone. However, myself, along with the people here, are not representative of all SL. We all come from different walks of life. So please don't let any of us represent all of SL. And I replied, which is why those there should be more understanding and considerate of those who come from different walks of life. And then I said a really long thing, which is as follows. I didn't have to say my personal stuff there yesterday, but I did to let you all know about me a heads up. And it wasn't easy for me to do that. I had hoped that it would have been remembered long enough not to act like inconsiderate people later on. That was me describing that my walk of life is different and asking for some consideration, which ultimately failed due to a person being drunk. So whatever is said while being drunk is okay, but it's not okay for me to feel and think what I did in response of hearing what was said under that influence. That's how your words are coming across to me. Regarding my videos, people have a choice to watch them or not. I do not do it for other people. I do it for me because it helps me to compare myself, examine my growth, and what I need to improve on. I can't control what others perceive of me, but I can control how I perceive myself, and streaming allows me to do that without basing what or how I am on other people of whom have no idea what it is like to actually be me. So that was my reply to her. I gave it a couple of minutes and then I went ahead and blocked her because anyone who says, I'm sorry you felt, you know, yeah, that's not good because it's not a real apology. It is not a real apology. It's it's it doesn't claim any responsibility. It's just, you know, so that turned me off. And in in her, words to me, it was, yeah, she doesn't get it from my perspective. And it was clearly what was more important to her was um, the underlying tones of what she kept repeating about uh, myself, along with people here, are not representative of all of SL. And, please don't let any of us represent all of SL. And then the comment about my video, like, the only thing that it is not separate from your video, and so therefore this experience is forever until the end of your channel or your real life etched into it. Therefore, upon reflecting and looking back, that experience will be at the forefront of your video. Like, okay, so what are you so are you telling me that um that that 16-minute vent on the beginning of my live stream yesterday, that it's going to be there forever, until the end of the life of my channel or the end of my real life, or like basically until I die. So it's like there was a lot of negative connotation in that comment. Like, okay, so yeah, I realize that, and I also have the power to take it down. What are you trying to do? Are you trying to make me feel pressured into taking it down? Like, oh, I shouldn't have, talked about my experience, or what I felt, because, oh dear, it's going to misrepresent, people. Oh dear. It's like, what? I don't know. I don't really understand that at all. I mean, she starts out with, so I listened to your vent and I couldn't understand how that made you feel. Totally, I get it. Yeah, I really don't think she did. And it's like, however, I mean, that's akin to, I mean, if somebody was really, it does not match up with someone who has true intention or who is truly sincere, you know, using words like, however, I'm sorry you felt like this, and then another, however, myself, along with, so basically it's like what was more important to her was to, uh, for me to not, uh, not use them to represent all of SL. That's what she was really mostly concerned about, was how um, other people would see her and her crew or whatever. I mean, I haven't used any names or whatsoever, and so there's that anonymity. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyway, um, so even to a faceless audience on YouTube, it bothers her because I spoke personally about my experience with them without using any personal identifiers or anything. So that's what bothered her the most. Huh, yeah. So it's just wow. And wow. So um now yeah, I think I get it. She was more concerned of being perceived by a faceless audience on the internet than than with anything else. And to kind of like that was a bit rude, like what saying that about my video being that experience will be the forefront of my video. Like, like what is that? Like, are you trying to guilt trip me into removing the video because it'll always be there and it'll always be a reminder of that experience? Or, I mean, like, what the hell? Like, seriously, really? Oh my goodness. So, yeah, it's, wow. It's, hmm, mm-mm, no, uh-uh. And I like how the whole, uh, uh, dictatory of therefore, upon reflecting and looking back, that experience will be at the forefront of your video. It's like, um, but the thing is that you don't know how I reflect. You don't know how I look back at my own experiences. I mean, I'm all about trying to recover and trying to grow and, become better. And you have no idea how I do that. You have no idea how that works for me. So your comment of therefore upon reflecting and looking back, that it's yeah, you have no idea and don't guilt trip me about that. Oh my god. Wow. I so did the right thing by blocking this person. I so did the right thing. Um, and the I'm sorry you felt like this. You know, no responsibility. It's just like, yeah, I mean, my abuser would say things like, well, I'm sorry you've allowed yourself to feel that way. I'm sorry you felt like that, you know, but that's just how it is. Get over it. It's basically when you say, I'm sorry you felt like that. Yeah. Or like this. That's the same thing. You know, I'd rather have no apology than an insincere one. or one that is left-handed and really makes you the one to feel or to have guilt or blame placed upon without the uh, person who did the mistake or what have you taking the responsibility for that, you know. And also, yeah, don't ever start a conversation with, I don't know what happened, but all I know is that it was a terrible experience. How does that make sense? It's like either you do know what happened or you don't know what happened. And if you don't know what happened, then uh yeah, it really makes no sense for you uh to try to come across as beseeching of please don't let any of us represent all of SL. I mean, what do you how can you base that on what happened if you don't know what happened yourself? So, but as I said yesterday, the new girl, yeah, um, not believed, doesn't matter, just disposable, whatever. It's like, oh well, this new person is you know, uh, so yeah, but yeah, and also, if you're drunk, especially very drunk, then maybe you shouldn't be online. You know, it has consequences, and unfortunately, um, that person being very drunk, which at the time I really wasn't aware of, you know, because I don't judge people. It's like, oh, okay. I don't judge unless there's a reason. So when you're drinking and you're drunk and you're online in Second Life, your behavior has consequences. And one of those consequences is that it will affect how you and those that hang around you are representative or represented. Do I want to hang around people that allows someone who's drunk to not have any not have to endure any consequences for being inconsiderate to others while they're intoxicated? I mean, that's like enabling them, you know. That's yeah. No, I don't. I don't. No. Um oh wow. Yeah, so yeah, I I feel better about my choice of action, and yeah, so yeah, after analyzing that conversation, I feel better. I don't feel guilty for um expressing myself honestly and sincerely and directly. I I don't feel sad about, oh dear, what did I do? Oh, I messed that up. Nope, I don't. I don't. And yeah, I've removed myself from a possible competitive situation. And I've also removed myself from a situation to where um, it's excused to it's excused to allow the misbehavior while intoxicated, you know. It's like, hmm, does it really work that way when you're drunk and you're driving and you kill somebody? It's not like, oh, well, it's all right. They were drunk. That's just what they do. They were drunk and they drive while they're drunk and they run over people and they die, but it's okay because he was drunk, you know. Like the whole, well, that's just how he is, that's just what he does, he drinks and he was drunk. So it's excusing that type of inconsiderate behavior. But here I am with my issues and I'm trying and I put myself out there to give a little bit of personal information about me. Like, okay, this is what I have and this is what I'm trying to do. But yet that's not excusable. Or, that's like a bigger problem, trying to uh, be honest and direct and expressive and, allow people to know that part of me, to be considerate, because I don't want other people to feel awkward, and I would like, for others to be able to understand me. But apparently, that was too difficult for them to uh, consider. So it's much easier to enable and to, forgive and allow. Oh, well, yeah, he was drunk, but how dare you get personal with us? How dare you express yourself, in a video and give us a bad light, because we don't represent all of SL. It's like, wow, okay. Yeah. So, yep. Anyway, uh I just wanted to say that, and I have, and so that experience is now done. And I'm going to end this personal recording. And oh dear, oh no, let me just say this. Don't allow me, or don't let me represent everyone who has mental health issues. God. Yeah. Whatever. Uh wow. Oh, one more thing. So when a person gets drunk, that's a choice to drink so much that you lose all consideration and mannerisms and, regarding other people. That's a choice. But me, with my mental hardships, my PTSD, how I try to manage and how I try every single day to be better. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. Yeah, that's not a choice for me. I do the best with my limitations. I don't choose to do something that would cause me to be an asshole to other people. Getting drunk, being drunk is a choice. Me expressing myself, any medium, whether it's streaming, whether it's being in a virtual world and streaming, because I'm too ashamed of my own face to do it with my face, with my physical face. That is a right that I have, a privilege, a right. I have that. Um, I have the right to freely express myself, but it is not. It is It's it's not cool to think you have a right to be an asshole and get away with it by saying, "Oh well, I was drunk, so yeah." No. Thanks for listening. End of recording. They us.